We've hosted this session here today because we've tried to lobby for British-Palestinians to come back to the UK. We realised there were so many hurdles, including costs. It was really complex. It was a visa process that most of them couldn't apply for because they didn't have the funds or the money or the means to do it. So we lobbied. We managed to get 3 Palestinian families across the Rafah border back to the UK. This scheme could potentially help around 700 families. It is a scheme with a right of return, emphasising on the importance of a right of return. It's a thing that as collectively we can do, we work together. The government has the foundations for it. We just need to adapt it and do it for Palestinians.
After this session today, the most immediate focus is going to be an open letter, which I'll be seeking as many parliamentarians as possible to sign to the government saying, please introduce Palestinian visa schemes, both a sponsorship of family members scheme and also a Homes for Palestinian schemes on the Homes for Ukraine model. We're also going to be encouraging people, everybody, to sign the petition, to write to their MP, to really spread the word. And I think one of the things we heard today was, particularly from Bristol, we need to stress also how this is good for British society, people being able to take control, to take action, to help some of the most vulnerable people in the world today, how that enriches and improves British society. And I think that's a really useful point to stress.
We are getting so many messages from our British-Palestinian friends and the wider community students in the UK because they're really desperate. The situation in Gaza is unlivable, the water is undrinkable for 70% of the people, and we realize that we need a parliamentary scheme, a visa scheme, similar to the ones that Ukrainians and the people from Hong Kong have had, so that we can have safe passage and so that people can come here and be safe temporarily with the right to return to go back.
I'm a member of an organisation called Na'am Mod. We are a group of British Jews in the UK who are opposed to Israel's occupation and apartheid. And I was invited to speak here today about Palestinian visa schemes inclusive of the right to return. Now, as someone who is not just of Jewish descent but is also of Bosnian descent, this was really important to me. I'm related to a lot of refugees who had to flee their homes, many people who lost their lives in the Podrinja region in Srebrenica in the 1990s. And I think today's session was really productive and really encouraging. There was a wide range of voices present today. There were Palestinians, non-Palestinians, people within the diaspora and without the diaspora. And I think there was the beginnings of a really, really concrete idea beginning to form around the shape that this visa scheme will take, whether that is kind of a 2-stage scheme, a 1-stage scheme, but it gave me a lot of hope.